In this edition of RPP News, a local look at the state election outcomes, near disaster at Frankston Hospital, and destruction continues after the rain. Hello, I'm Katie Sharp. Welcome to the latest edition of RPP News, bringing you stories from across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula. The election results are in. We've woken up to the same faces in Spring Street, but there may be some very new ones here on the peninsula, where at the time of writing, 2 of the 3 seats hang in the balance. Nepean was called early for Sam Groth, where an 8.1% swing to Liberals snatched Labor's brief hold on the electorate. Hastings voters are currently leaning towards Labor Party's Paul Mercurio, but it is still too close to call. If he wins, Mercurio will presumably be stepping down from his role as councillor for Watson Ward with the Shire. And in the night's biggest upset, Mornington looked like it might be taken away from both major parties by local GP and independent Dr. Kate Lardner, with a swing away from incumbent Liberal. At the time of recording, Liberal candidate Chris Cruther was ahead by fewer than 200 votes, so again, it is too close to call. If she does win, Kate Lardner will be the first non-Liberal member to hold the seat. Things are less dramatic in Frankston, where the only possible change is in Bass, where the Liberal Party's Aaron Brown may be nudged out by Labor's Jordan Crignali, currently ahead by 200 votes. Labor's Paul Edbrook has held on to his seat in Frankston, as has Sonia Kilkenny in Carrum and Pauline Richards in Cranbourne. For a full review of the local results, tune into Tracy Hutchison's final election special on Monday at 11 a.m. on RPPFM. A local man has become the 6th person charged in a murder investigation. A 19-year-old Clyde North man was charged by Homicide Squad detectives following a fatal stabbing in Melbourne's CBD in October. The charge follows an incident where emergency services were called to Burke Street at around 5:45 a.m. on Sunday the 30th of October, following reports of a group of people fighting. 2 men sustained stab wounds and were taken to hospital in a critical condition, where a 20-year-old Cranbourne man later died. Anyone who witnessed the incident or who has video footage or further information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. There was a near disaster at the Frankston Hospital redevelopment site on Wednesday when a piling rig fell onto the nearby mental health building. Fortunately, all patients, staff and site workers were safely evacuated with no reported injuries. Police and emergency services attended and investigations are underway to determine how the incident occurred. After last week's heavy rains, Peninsula residents remain on high alert as trees continue to fall across the region. At least 2 have landed directly on cars this week, both of which were fortunately empty of people. The Sorrento SES unit, which responded to both incidents, has called it a lucky escape, saying there is nothing more terrifying than attending a tree down job, only to find a vehicle has taken the full hit of the fallen tree. The SES is urging people to drive safely in extreme weather conditions and to continue to be aware of their surroundings. School year starts this weekend, and one mum working hard to ensure everyone gets home safely is Katerina Politi. Katerina's son, David Kasai, was killed on New Year's Eve in 2012 after being punched in an unprovoked attack. This led her to set up Stop One Punch Can Kill, which works hard to create a safer community for all. Katerina and the team will be at schoolies this week to spread the word and help keep our young people safe. RPP caught up with Katerina in Rye.
Stop One Punch Can Kill are down on the peninsula to support the Shire and their efforts to promote safe schoolies. So a great effort by the Shire to honour David in this way and promote our Stop One Punch Can Kill messaging. And being proactive and not reactive is what we're trying to do in this space. There's no use trying to mop up the mess after it's happened. I'm living without my son and the tragedy that unfolded, and I live with the grief every single day. If I can reflect that and the feelings of a mother losing their son, well, hopefully that gives them enough to understand and realise that one action can cause a lifetime of pain. So think twice, make the best decision that you can, and not put yourself in the situation where you'll be locked up for taking a life. that's all I could do to honour David, that his death isn't in vain. And I knew how much his friendships meant to him. He was always offering an olive leaf of friendship to many people, strangers, in his travels here and overseas. And I know the type of person he was, and this is all I can do to honour David and hopefully prevent someone else being in my shoes, and I don't wish that on anyone.
And Frankston Arts Centre is inviting us to sing in Christmas. Brought to Frankston by Promac Productions, Chris McKenna will host Opera Australia baritone and Frankston resident Roger Lemke, soprano Alison Jones and tenor Roy Best. One of Melbourne's finest cellists, Alexandra Partridge, joins the cast as a special guest. Enjoy classic carols and contemporary Christmas songs at Frankston Arts Centre on Friday the 9th of December. Bookings are through the Arts Centre website and box office. After the break, we have this week's weather report.
Everyone knows Australia has 4 big banks, but the 5th biggest retail bank is snapping at their heels. It's a bank that's been around for over 160 years, can be found in over 500 locations nationwide, looks after over 1.8 million customers, and is regularly voted one of the most trusted brands out of all the thousands of brands in Australia. Who is this fantastic number 5? Yep, it's Bendigo Bank. The better big bank.
Established in 1988, Progress Signs has been servicing the local community for 30 years. Located on the Mornington Peninsula, they are the #1 destination for all your signage needs, specialising in a variety of signage from vehicles to shop fronts, occasional and corporate events, short-term, long-term and everything in between. If it's signs you need, be it large or small, Progress Signs is the place to call. Available 24/7 at progress-signs.com.au or call the team on 5975 9188. Thinking signs? Think Progress Signs, a station sponsor.
Welcome back. Let's now turn to the weather. Today, Sunday the 27th of November, brought us a mostly wet day with a high of 19 and a low of 13. Monday sees a mostly cloudy day across the peninsula. We are looking at a high of 17 and a low of 10. Tuesday is bringing us a partially cloudy day with a high of 17 and a low of 10. Wednesday the 30th of November brings us another partially cloudy day with a top of 18 and a low of 9. Thursday will be mostly sunny for the first day of summer. We should reach a high of 21 and a low of 9. Friday promises to follow that trend with a high of 23 and a low of 12. And finally, Saturday sees a warm summer day with a high of 27 and a low of 14. Let's now cross to our surf guru Muzz with this week's surf report.
Hey, it's Muzz here with this week's Mornington Peninsula surf report again. So what a great week of waves. A week out from summer, it's more like winter. We've had a solid swell, probably peaking on Tuesday with northwest westerly winds and swell every day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is all western port. Looks like similar is going to happen next week. We have got one warm day in the outlook, which will be it'll be Saturday, and the swell will drop off, so there's a chance we might get some waves on the beaches. It will still be pretty solid and be hard to know what condition it's all in after the sort of this week's swell, so we'll see what happens. But next week, another front comes through Sunday into Monday. Swell is going to pick up slowly over that period. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, probably peaking maybe Thursday, and looks like the winds are going to be west to west-southwest most of that period. So it looks like more surf in Western Port. First day of summer is probably only going to be cold. Water temperatures drop back down to around 14, which is very unusual for this time of year. It should be warming up, but that could be all the fresh water that's heading out to sea. So you will get waves.
And that's all from our team here at RPP News, serving the community with stories that matter to you. Keep watching and do tell your friends. Bringing you the news from coast to coast across Frankston and the Mornington Peninsula, I'm Katie Sharp. See you for the next edition.